In this video, I am going to break down how I made $354 in 6 minutes in a single futures trade. I'm going to walk you through the full breakdown of why I took the trade, how I manage risk, and how I read the market. This isn't just going to be the entry and the exit. This is going to be the full shebang. I'm going to go into detail on the trade process and the trade recap. I'm also going to talk about my gambling zone, which is a pretty cool concept. And I'm going to show you how simple trading can really be and how one single trade can outperform hours of over trading. Now, let's get into it. As you can see here, this is a pretty big overview of the trade, which I want to get into on the actual chart. So the day opened right here, 9:30. Now, before the market opened, my plan was to either go long above this pre-market high or previous day high, or I'm looking for shorts only if we go below pre-market low and previous day low. As we can see, we kind of stayed in between this zone, which I want to talk about real quick, which is my gambling zone. So we're in between regions here, right? So if you're taking trades inside of here, you're potentially gambling because there's no actual direction that the market's taking. That's why I said before, I'm only going long over pre-market high. I'm going short if we break down below this level here. So during the day, we were kind of just bouncing in the gambling zone until around 10 a.m. We finally broke out. Now, once we break this, I completely forget about taking shorts. Shorts is out of the question. I am only looking for longs now. Now, 10 a.m., we get this pretty strong break of pre-market high, which I wrote here. I also marked out the 15-minute high, which is a valid zone if we come back to it as well. But we broke above, and I trade the break and retest. So all I was looking for after this push up was a retest, either on the 15-minute high or the pre-market high here, which we never got, and we just shot back up. But I started okay. I was not chasing. I thought I lost my chance to take a trade today, but I don't give into FOMO anymore. I do not chase. And as we can see here, we had this downtrending channel, which we broke again with a ton of volume. And then we pushed upwards. Now, we also got another very strong break of previous day high here. As you can see, I wrote strong break of previous day high. That's what I look for. First is the breakout. I never take the breakout. I take the retest back to the zone. So we did get price action confirmation here on the retest. Now, one thing I want to note, because a lot of traders miss this. As we can see here, the previous day high from yesterday was right there. But we can make this a whole zone here. And when you make the zone, when you're taking the trade, it's a lot better to confirm the confirmation here. Now you have to look, this is why we always look left on the chart. The previous day high, yes, had a clear level, which is this yellow horizontal line I had here, but that level also was near other wicks, and it also touched that level that was overnight. So you can just make the whole zone. As you extend the zone, you can see here, some traders, which I used to do as well, would hesitate because it never actually touched previous day high yet. Never went through, came back up, price action confirmation. This though, this touched that previous day high zone. After that, I took the trade like you saw in the screenshot right here, and I went for 2R going upwards. Now, I could have showed even more patience, and I could have waited till after this breakout and then moved my stop, because this high created during the day, we never broke it either. And then we pushed higher. I mean, that would have been what, 3, 4, maybe 5R more than that. So that's where I didn't have patience. But nonetheless, a 2R win was completely fine. And I do want to stress that this took a lot of patience, right? a lot of people would have taken a lot of trades here, maybe taken the breakout. I learned my lesson with the breakout, so I always wait for kind of a double confirmation when we get to retest. And another good thing with this break and retest strategy is if this would have came to retest here, I could have also used this high as a TP, as a take profit, because we would have bounced off of here, the retest, and then I could have aimed for there. That's what 3R. So that's another great point there. And yeah, so basically I messed up. Well, I didn't mess up. I took the 2R, but I could have taken more profit if I was more patient. But the thing is, this month of January is my first red month in a while. We still have a week left, so I can turn it around. But I've been green for the past 5 to 6 months. So that's the only thing. Now, if you're interested in my full process where I talk about my pre-market plan and my post-journaling questions, check out the previous video that I posted before this one. Now, if you found this video useful and you want to learn more about how I help day traders get consistent and profitable, there is a link in the description to a right now free community. I don't care if you click the link or not, because all I care is if you got value from this one video. But if you want to take it a step further, there's a link you can click. If not, no pressure. See you next time.